Feel like life keeps putting you down no matter how hard you try to get back up? Do you need a spark to keep going when you want to give up? If you want to keep going even when things are hard and hope seems far away, watch this video. It's full of deep insights from Miyamoto Musashi that will inspire you. Lesson 1. Pretend today is a bonus round. There are times when schedules, responsibilities, expectations, and personal struggles can make life feel like a never-ending competition. It weighs on you until the fun of life is buried under the stress. However, what if you had a different view today? Would you take today like a bonus round, something you get to do instead of something you have to do? There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever make you better, stronger, richer, faster, or smarter, Miyamoto Musashi wrote. Everything is inside. In other words, how we see things is very important. What you do today is based on how you see it. Everything changes if you treat today like an extra round. You know that thing you've been dreading? It's now time to go on an adventure. That talk you've been putting off? A chance to talk. You know that workout you're putting off? A reward, not a punishment. How does this way of thinking work? Because it takes away the pressure to be perfect. You just want to enjoy the day, not win it. Bonus rounds aren't meant to be stressful. They're about being able to play freely, taking risks, and keeping moving. Musashi never went into fights scared or desperate. He walked up to it with confidence. He trained himself to see every day as a chance to get better at his art, not to show off to other people but to respect his own way. It's not your last test today. Today is an extra day to move, learn, and grow. You are good enough as it is. You don't need to finish everything. Play from the heart. Feel free to move around. Reframe the moment when your drive wanes. Act like today is an extra day. It's a present. Some people don't get it. Use it then. Not under stress, but on plan. Just try to enjoy the day instead of trying to win it. You'll be surprised at how much more you can get done. Lesson 2. Do it for the story. It's easy to think, why bother when things are hard? Why bother? What if you asked a better question though? What kind of story do I want to tell one day? Miyamoto Musashi had a hard life. He lost his family when he was young. It was duel after duel for him. He went through hard times, being alone, and having to be self-disciplined. Yet, we still talk about him as if he were real. But because his life is interesting to read about. He didn't wait for the right conditions. He made meaning by doing things. Sometimes, what drives you to keep going isn't what happened today, but what will happen in the future. You'll look back one day. What will make you happy? What will make you laugh? What memories will you hold dear as the times you refused to give up? For the story, do it. When no one believed in you, you kept going. The one where you got out of bed even though you were depressed and wanted to stay in bed. The brave one where you went because you couldn't stand to give up, not because it was easy. Every problem turns into a plot twist when you do it for the story. Every failure helps you grow as a person. You no longer worry about being uncomfortable because you know this is where things get interesting. Musashi didn't become famous for just one great event. He became famous because he always showed up to the battlefield, to his ideals, and to his discipline. You and he were both writing in real time. This is why the next time you want to give up, picture yourself telling someone what you did today. Would they be happy? Would they smile? Would they be glad you didn't give up? Help them out. Do it for the next version of yourself. Do it for the story that is still open. Because someone else might learn from your story and decide not to quit one day. Lesson 3. Reverse peer pressure. Most of the time, we think of group pressure as a bad thing, being pushed down by the crowd. What if you turned it over? What if you used other people's power to move forward instead of backward? This is called reverse peer pressure, and it's one of the best ways to get yourself to do things. Miyamoto Musashi was very independent, but he knew that energy and the surroundings could have an effect on things. Do not let yourself be led by the feeling of lust or love, he wrote. That is, don't let your feelings or what other people think affect what you do. Pick your impact with care. Put yourself in the same mental, physical, and digital space as people who expect more from themselves. People who follow rules every day. People who don't give up. Keep an eye on what they do. Look into how they think. Let what they did inspire you to do better. Ask yourself, what would they do? When you're tired and want to skip work or stay in bed. If I stayed in their energy for long enough, what kind of person would I become? There's no need to be together. Pay attention to a show. Read a life story. Follow someone who makes you feel good. Compare it to something else. This is power. What you think is affected by the people you watch. And the things you do are shaped by the thoughts you have. It's not about impressing other people with reverse peer pressure. It's about connecting with the kind of energy that won't give up. Musashi trained hard all the time. He wanted to rule. He didn't waste time with groups of people who weren't interested in growing. He stayed close to his work, his beliefs, and the people who helped him get better. You can do the same thing. When you're not motivated, don't be alone. Don't look without thinking. Do not sit in energy that makes you feel tired. Join the group of people who are moving forward, and you will too. Because sometimes being around big people can keep you motivated until you remember that you're one of them too. Lesson 4. Future you will thank you. It can be tempting to make choices based on how you feel right now when you're tired, stressed, or down. Making decisions for your future self, on the other hand, is what will really motivate you and keep you going. Each day Miyamoto Musashi planned how to live. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men, he wrote. It was clear to him that everything you do today shapes who you will be tomorrow. So ask yourself, what would I want to do now if I were the future me? Would they want you to not work out? Not keep your word? Stay in bed? Or do they want you to keep going just a little longer? Your better, smarter, healthier, and more sure of yourself future self is already waiting. They are not just a dream. These things happen because of the little choices you make every day. It can be hard to get motivated sometimes. Bring your future self into the room. Talk to them. Send them a letter. Picture them. What did they do today that brought them together? What did they give up that you're thankful for now? This change in how you see things turns struggle into service. Now is the time to stop living for comfort and start living for greatness. Musashi got ready for fights he hadn't had yet. He got ready not only for today, but also for tomorrow, when he would have to be a fighter. You need to do the same thing. Eat the food that makes you feel good. Talk to someone who can help you feel better. Not because it feels good right now, but because it will lead to something better. Do what makes you stronger. You have to do it for yourself, not just the tired part of you but also the happy part. Make that person feel good. Because you won't remember how good it felt when you look back. You'll remember how brave you were. Lesson 5. Be your own hype person. In times of uncertainty, it is crucial to have strong beliefs and self-talk to overcome challenges. Miyamoto Musashi, a renowned figure, believed that having a strong voice and believing in oneself is the first step towards success. He advised that self-talk can either strengthen or weaken one's mental state. To overcome doubts, one should express their feelings to themselves, such as, "I'm not done yet," or "I'm not done yet." Being kind to oneself and practicing self-talk can help improve one's mental state. Musashi's strength was not driven by praise but by symmetry and a strong faith in one's future. Believe in oneself, write down successes, and enjoy hard work. However, don't blow yourself up because you're cocky. Instead, focus on the greater truth in the world. Momentum is what drives us, and moving gives us momentum. The voice inside tells us to say, "Let's go," which should be repeated over and over. By doing so, one can overcome doubts and achieve their goals. Lesson 6. Embrace the good enough win. We've learned that things aren't worth doing if they're not perfect. But trying to be perfect is bad for growth. When you want to move forward, good enough is great some of the time. Miyamoto Musashi never tried to be beautiful, he just wanted to be good at what he did. He said, "Everything will show you the way if you know it well." What this means is that moving forward is often not about doing everything perfectly, but about moving consistently. Putting the bar just below the point where you can jump over it can get you going. Did you write for 10 minutes instead of 60? Good job. Instead of not working out at all, did you walk around the block? Get it? Did you speak up even though your voice was shaking when you were scared? These wins that are good enough keep the engine going. They help you trust yourself. Every so often, they tell you that all you have to do is keep moving. Musashi wasn't looking for perfection. He was expecting to see you. Promise. over and over. By doing this, he lived longer than those who waited for the perfect circumstances. You need to do the same thing. Being perfect makes you unable to move. But being given freedom to do enough makes people stick with it. And keeping at it is what makes things happen. Don't hold on to the idea that everything will just click. Don't try so hard to please. Just make sure you show up. Not really brilliantly, but always. Because the winner is not the guy who did the best job. The person who didn't stop. Someone else's 0% is worse than your 60% today. No matter how meh you are today, you are still better than the person you were when you stayed stuck. Accept the good enough win. Keep an eye on your streaks. Take pleasure in small wins. Keep an eye on them.